What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Today I'm going to do some first thoughts on this JCB 110W wheeled excavator. It's kind of a neat machine. I got to do some walk around here at work and check it out, and I'm going to show you guys my first thoughts and kind of a walk around view of what this machine looks like and what it's about. So let's check it out. If this is your first video of mine, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, check it out, see what I got for content to come out, some repair videos, some toolbox tours, some walk-arounds like this, and we'll see what we can do with the channel. Also, check out Instagram at TheHeavyWrench. So it's got the tab boom, they call it, triple boom on it option. It's going to have a steel wrist put on it, and it's a pretty neat setup. I mean, it's nothing real special as far as if you're in the scrap industry. That third boom is something that's seen all over the place. But on a compact excavator like this, or a excavator this size, it's pretty unique. The high speed is definitely something that's outside the box. The engine on the bottom and a cab on the top, all your hydraulics up high, is pretty unique design. They have a massive swivel joint in this thing. We'll see how that goes. They also do run their CAN bus through a swivel joint, so they're pushing some boundaries with this machine, and be interested to see how everything pans out in the future. But as far as right now, I think it's a pretty solid design. I can't fault them on anything yet, so let's do this walk around, see what I can see, what I can show you about it. Well, first things first, I guess we'll take a look at it. It's a wheeled excavator with a 3-angle boom. Use the backhoe bucket. We've got some auxiliaries on both sides, quite a few actually. There's 3 hydraulic outlets on this side, 1 electrical outlet here. Come to the other side of the boom, or the stick I should say, and we've got 3, 4, 5 hookups over here. We also have 2 auxiliary ports right there. It's a block heater, but we're going to get into the cab here, take a look, and see what it takes to start this thing. Let's crawl up in the cab. Cab's got a steering wheel, safety lever. Pretty much looks like any old excavator inside, I guess, from the outlook here. And like I said, it's a JCB 110W. So let's crawl up in this cab. The other fuse panel is right underneath here, down by your feet. This is also the communication plug for your DLA adapter. Fancy cup holder sitting there. Steering wheel, pedals. So first of all, we're in the cab, and I want to get some things out of the way. First of all, this operator's manual is the go-to for anything you really need to know of how to run this machine. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I know for controls on this particular machine. It may be a general overview, but that's what I'm going to give you as far as how to fire it up and what levers do what, and we'll see what we can do from there. But any other questions, get this operator's manual out. This is really going to help you out in how to run it and what levers do what, because there's a lot going on to this excavator. So let's show you what I got, and we'll turn the key on and go from there. So we got a key back over here. We'll turn that on and let things start getting fired up. And we got a whole bunch of switches. I'll show you the dash. There's the dash. So there's a lot going on in this cab because there's a lot of controls out there with that boom. there's a lot of controls out there with that boom. So we've got the monitor fired up. We've got a bunch of park and brake and safety stuff on this machine. We actually have a foot brake down here, an accelerator over here, another lever over here, which this lever here is for that center section of boom, in and out. Let's see what else I can show you on this thing. We have a parking brake up here. We also have our excavator style safety lever over here. Throttle dial right here. This is also operates the menu function over here if you want to scroll through. You have a power button here, key switch back here, one more safety lever to turn your hydraulics on. This is like your hydraulics enable right here. So basically I'm going to show you what we'd have to do to get this thing fired up and go from there. So we have our safety lever up, our key on, our monitor's fired up, and we're going to push and hold this power button. Hold our button, get it fired up. Now if you just want to run the excavator and not drive it, you can leave your foot brake down, but to take that off there's this little side pedal. So I'm going to show you how to move the boom basically. Safety lever down, come up here, the second hydraulic function, and you'll see it gives you a green light on just the symbol of the hoe on it, or the stick, the boom, and the bucket. Now I should be able to pull this back, boom up, boom down, bucket curl is this way, bucket dump. On this right joystick you have a continuous flow option for auxiliary. You have an auto idle button. You also have the function to switch to the blade that's on the back. Holding this down while operating your boom up and boom down with this lever will now operate the rear section. This is for auxiliary flow, low flow only. Now we'll go to the other joystick. So this is your stick in, stick out as a regular excavator would be. You have swing, side to side is swing. You have your, down here, I'll actually flip you guys around so you can see. So that button I was just pointing to, you probably couldn't hear me when I was talking, but it does your side shift, or your knuckle that goes 90 degrees to your machine cab, or away or to or from, whatever that side swing, your second swing I guess I'd call it. Low flow auxiliary here. We have a horn button. This button here is to switch to high flow, so you can have high flow hydraulics. Another thing on the steering wheel here, so I guess, oh, let's stop there, let's go down to this foot pedal. This foot pedal is for that secondary boom, so you can go in and out just with a foot pedal. Now we'll pan up to the steering wheel. We have our 4-wheel steer button, pull out, turn to switch modes, 4-wheel steer, 2-wheel steer, crab steer. Crab steer will not be, you cannot go in road speed in crab steer. You got headlight switch, turn signals, washers, and a horn over here. Pretty standard steering wheel. To actually drive this machine now, let's do that. So we have a parking brake up here. This will have to be off. I have to turn my wheels a little bit to get the axle to go straight. Oh, we have a parking brake up here. Hit that. Now you'll see we've got more green lights down here. But we still have our foot brake on, so we got to take that off. Now to actually move it, we just, our F and R switch is down here. I'll show you that real quick. Just turn it around. So forward and reverse is right here. Forward and reverse is this switch here on your thumb. And then once we hit that, we can use our throttle pedal down here to actually move the machine. So, stabilizers are over here for front stabilizer. But like I said, if you have any further questions, I would get into that operator's manual, find it in the cab, and make that a big part of your reading material for a while if you get one of these in your area. There's nothing worse than not knowing what a machine even looks like when you go out to a job site. So this is a pretty good opportunity for me to share a little of my experience with you. Like I said, we're going to do the rest of the walk around, and it's a pretty solid machine. I definitely think there's some innovation going on here, and I think there's a lot more industry leading stuff that they're doing with it. Some of it kind of makes me nervous, but we got to try things to make it work out and prove them out. And you know, people were scared of a lot of things when they first came out in life and in the world, and so it's pretty interesting. Opened up the side panel right below the cab here. We have our air filter. We got DEF on it. Hydraulic oil. Fuel. Batteries back in there. There's a fuse panel back over in here. Hydraulic fluid check. If you ever worked on a load-all, the axles are pretty much set up like a load-all, finals. To check the hydraulic oil on this machine, you want to hide all the chrome on your stabilizers and your dozer blade and show all the chrome on your upper boom. So you'll have your boom all the way up in the air, both sticks and both booms in, and you're going to side shift it towards the cab and have it all up in the air towards the cab. Basically right here would be your bucket-ish. So that would be the proper way to check the hydraulic oil in it. Go around to this side. We have finals, we have axles that need to have oil checked in them. We have a dipstick right here, and that is pretty much where we're going to go today and see if we can find some other stuff that's interesting about this. I'll show you a dozer blade on one of them. This one here, this is what they call their dozer blade. Pretty solid, pretty stiff, has a hitch. You can actually pull trailers with this thing. That's what it's intended for, I guess. Also has a trailer plug of right there, so you can actually plug lights into your trailer. Pretty neat design. Like I said, it's a pretty unique design. It's got not much of an upper house on it, but it is pretty neat. It was pretty cool. Definitely thinking outside the box with this one. So finish our walk around here a little bit. You have a solid axle in the rear, and you have an oscillating axle in the front. By oscillating axle, you've got a cylinder here, and on the other side over here, those allow the axle to actually oscillate a little bit. So you cannot drive this in crab steer in high speed, which is pretty cool. It does go 40 kilometers an hour, which some of you guys will know, but it's about 25. So it's pretty high speed excavator. I think the functionality of the excavator is going to be good. So, well, I'm going to give you a quick view of the control valve. That blue valve down there is your control valve. I believe this one's 9 sections, so it's a pretty big control valve. I think they went to Rexroth for all these, I'm pretty sure. The whole machine is basically a Rexroth hydraulic system, which is pretty solid and pretty nice designs. This one has electric over hydraulic control valves. So there's a lot of, I guess, adjustments you can make and a lot of stuff you can really do and push the limits of technology with this thing, because it's pretty well set up. There is a lot of boom hoses with all those. There's a lot of boom hoses with all those auxiliaries, that's for sure. So this is our side shift boom. Like I said, I was going to show you earlier in the video. So it does have a knuckle that goes to the side. This particular machine is going to get a steel wrist, they call it. So as you just seen, there's a grapple. It swivels 360, has a tilt, go around, has also a lifting hook. It is load rated. I don't know if you can see that or not. It says on there it'll be max 3 ton. I don't know if the machine's capable of that, but the coupler is for sure. So, yep, pretty neat setup there. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it as always. This is the JCB 110W wheeled excavator. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and keep that iron moving.